What's the Not Your Finest Hour podcast? What is that all? I mean, I've heard stories.
Not Our Finest Hour podcast. I'll have to check out one of these days when I get a minute to listen to it. I've been told it's not for everyone. Just the general reviews I hear on it. It has been getting really good reviews.
And I've never personally listened to it, but I have heard it's not for everyone.
I listened to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Just great podcast. I've really enjoyed that.
I'm not endorsing anything, but what Caleb told me, he said, don't endorse anything unless you listen to it first.
I do once in a while listen in, and it's a lot of fun, but I do got to be careful. It is not for everyone.
Caleb Allman is always dropping nugs that it's one of the most value-added shows out there.
Of course, through all the Not Our Finest Hour, you guys poking fun at so much different stuff is absolutely killer.
I don't feel any oppression tonight. In fact, I feel very free. Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Thanks for being here.
I'm Interlock Ian, and I wouldn't fucking miss the Not Our Finest Hour podcast for nothing.
Welcome to the beginning of the podcast. I'm going to start this podcast out with a survival tip. If you don't want to get your fucking face bashed in with a baseball bat, don't wash out concrete trucks into my fill bins.
I don't think it's the first time you've said that.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Normally it's some other offense with the fill bins. And if you are going to wash a concrete truck out into a fill bin, like let's say you've decided that this is your path forward in life, that you don't value your teeth or your skull not being cracked, or your brain fluid leaking out your nose, like if these things you've decided you don't value in life, at least put a layer of dirt in the bottom of the fill bin so that when you wash out the concrete truck, it's in the dirt. And then when we dump it out, maybe it'll break up. Maybe no one will notice. Don't wash it out into an empty fill bin so that the whole bottom of the fill bin is covered in hard concrete adhered to the steel.
Yeah, that's ignorant.
It is. It's annoying. Yeah.
So what are the repercussions other than getting hit in the face with a baseball bat?
Well, Cody, so when she picked the bin up, like the bin's been in our yard for like 3 weeks. So when she picked the bin up, she thought it had rained. Like sometimes you drop a bin off and then it pours rain, and then people, instead of lifting it up with the machine and draining all the water out of it, they're like, oh, water, let's pour the dirt in, man. That'll be cool. But then that turns into mud and it all sticks in the bin. So Cody thought that originally she thought that the bin just had mud stuck in the bottom of it from a rainfall. But then as she continued to chip at it and chip at it and chip at it over a couple weeks, because every time she had spare time in the yard, she would go, and she concluded that it's actually concrete that's adhered to the bottom of the bin covered in the mud from the rainfall.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm waiting to have an excavator back at the yard, and then hopefully we can vibrate the concrete enough to get, or the steel enough to get the concrete off. But that bin will suck to dump for the next 2 years till it all gets cleaned out, or it's fucking terrible.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you find out who did it?
Oh, I know who did it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are they off the island?
No.
No.
Well, it's a fair sized company that has a lot of employees. So like I'll make it clear that it's not acceptable, but
so you at least brought it to their attention.
I haven't yet, but I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
I've been distracted and busy. So, but the bin, we have like a big row of bins in the yard. So she's consecutively just kept moving that one down the fucking row. So now it's on the very end. And I was by the barn today, and I looked in the bin. I was like, this fucking bin. Fuck. Forgot about this shit. Fucking my brain's been kind of mushy. So it's
diabetes, the brain fog.
That's what Kelly says to me every time. I'm like, man, my brain is like so mushy. She's like, well, you do have unchecked diabetes that you don't take care of. I went, well, it's not proven that I have it.
Not unproven either. Or disproven? Unproven?
Super fair point. Like really, really fair point. That
you're in diabetic limbo.
And then yesterday I was like, man, I just feel like shit. And I was like falling, I came home and I was so exhausted and tired, and I was like falling asleep, and Kelly was like, I'm gonna go out in the pool. Do you want to come with me? And I'm like, I'm too tired. I'm just so fucking exhausted. She's like, have you eaten anything today? I'm like, no. She's like, your blood sugar is probably fucked. Like, probably my blood sugar is fucked right now. I should eat something.
My goodness.
So,
Um, completely unrelated and off topic. I spent Tuesday afternoon at the dentist. I was terrified. I haven't been to a dentist. Like, I take good care of my teeth. I'm good, self-sufficient, like I don't need someone picking around in my mouth for the most part, I thought, right? So I went to the dentist last week after I broke my tooth eating an egg, one of my back molars.
eating an egg.
Eggs are soft.
Yeah, I was having like an egg bite in the morning before work, like I do, and it had a crack in it from a Tim Hortons breakfast sandwich weeks ago. And
You cracked your
Wait,
teeth on a
what?
breakfast
yeah,
sandwich.
yeah. This, to be fair, this tooth had a filling 25 plus years ago, right?
Okay.
So, um,
Taking on that sausage and egg McMuffin.
yeah, it was due for some maintenance. Anyway, tooth broke on the egg. Went in. Uh, she said, "Okay, well, we have to do a filling," and I was terrified because I thought they were going to pull the tooth, right? And to me, there's nothing scarier than a pulled tooth. I think like that's what nightmares are made of. That
I agree. They pulled one of my back teeth because it was like a wisdom tooth that never got like they never told me I had to pull my wisdom teeth, and then that rotted and they yanked it out. And I don't think that was like 7 years ago. I went back to the dentist
like
either.
it's like I've had my wisdom teeth out fine, but like to be awake and have them pull your tooth out, terrifying. I can't think of anything worse.
Yeah.
So I was relieved to know that they were just going to put a filling on my broken tooth, which apparently is a thing. Um, so they freeze me up, no pain, all good. Um, and then they have a dental assistant who's, I guess, the landscape equivalent of like a laborer for the dentist.
Yeah.
So
Well,
dentist is in there doing all the hard work, and the dental laborer is there with her job. She's in charge of
suction.
in and the water,
Yeah.
right? So that because just like landscaping, you got to keep the dust down whenever you're looking at your teeth. So the dentist is going off. They got this rubber block in my mouth to keep it open. She's going off with the drill, finding out the old filling, all this shit. And the dental laborer is hosing me down off one side and then sucking it up from the opposite side, but she's not doing a very good job, right? So I'm sitting in the chair and I'm just going, I'm joking. And I'm gonna drown at the dentist. I don't know if anyone's ever drowned at the dentist before, but I was about to be the first guy that drowned at the dentist. And the dentist kept having to like take her hands off the drill and like move the water and shit for this girl. I'm like, man, I have experience. Just let me hold the hose or something. Like I could probably do okay at this, you know? But
Is this cheaper if I hold the hose myself?
I don't know. Like it would have been more comfortable at least.
The dental laborer.
Yeah.
The
So
name of the episode.
after about an hour, we were done and I got to get out of there. And she's like, you could use a crown. Oh, they put like a piece of, she was explaining it to me. She's like, your tooth is compromised, so we're gonna put this pin in there so that it gives the filling something to hold on to. I'm like, oh, like rebar? She's like, what? I'm like, oh, the dentist doesn't understand this at all.
Did they say to you, your tooth is compromised?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, your tooth is compromised. You should consider a crown in the future. I said, what does that entail? She's like, well, you'll have to come back for another appointment like this. I said, well, who's holding the hose next time? I don't know if I can do this again. So, yeah.
Where did you hire that person?
Can I get a different dental laborer?
They didn't say that you have undiagnosed diabetes.
No, no. I guess they can only tell from your eyes and not from your mouth.
Okay.
Unchecked diabetes, baby.
Yeah.
So we took our daughter to university
Oh,
last weekend. Yeah.
How'd it
So,
go?
you got to see the room. Did she
yeah,
love
we got
it?
to see her dorm. Yeah, she being a varsity athlete, you get a lot of advantages. There's a lot of things that they have their own. There's a varsity athlete lounge, and it has like its own. I think she was saying they do their laundry for them, and they have their
Wow.
own kitchen. They have all this, yeah. And that she's at school a month early, so she has a month to assimilate into the dorms and everything. It's not like you're in a dorm next weekend, you're at the classes. So they started soccer practice. So it's been she's seems like she's doing really. She's not a super social person, so I thought there would be some challenges for her, but she seems to be doing great. So I'm very happy
Nice.
for her. Yeah, I'm not doing great.
No.
No, she's doing great, which is important. I am not doing great with any of it, but that's okay. Well, I'm happy for her, to be clear, but
Yeah.
for me, I'm very sad. For me, not for her. I'm sad for me because I just feel like I missed her whole life, which isn't true. And I don't think anyone would say that it's, but I just feel like I'm like, man, like I, her whole life, she's had this blanket and this whale. And I mean, like her whole life from like the day she was born, they were in her crib. Like this is her whole life. And, um, so, being a teenage girl, when she left at 5 o'clock in the morning, like she has plates and dishes and shit in her room. And I came upstairs and I thought, okay, well, I don't want her to come back for reading week and there's all this like dirty plates and dishes and shit in her room, right? So I went in her room to clean up the garbage and plates and dishes. Not that there's a lot, she's a good kid, but I just don't want her to come home to like that. And on her bed was her whale and her blanket. She didn't take them with her to university, which is, she's 17, totally makes sense. But I thought about all the times that I was annoyed with her because she would leave them at her mom's and I would have to drive back and get them, or she would leave them at our house and I would have to drive them to her mom's, or she would leave them at her nana and grandpa's and I would have to go get them, or there was just like so and I think part of it is that because she came from divorced parents, which I didn't, so I don't understand that experience of life. Um, these were things that went wherever she went, these two things. And I'm looking at them on the bed and I thought, man, I was annoyed all those times, and now I would just wish she would call me one more time to bring her these things. Like all those times I was annoyed and upset, not upset, but just annoyed with her. I was like, Paisley, you forgot these things again. I go back and get them. And now I'm like, man, if she called me right now, I'd drive them 8 hours to her in a heartbeat. Like it just, I think I did like, and people always say all this kind of stuff, but I think like if your kids are doing something that annoys you, like you should just be thankful that they're there doing it. Because one day they won't do it and you'll wish they were doing it. I guess unless they're like spray painting your face or something, but kind of like, anyways, I just was like for me, it was like a life moment, like a moment of my life that I was like, man, like she's a grown person. Like she didn't take her whale and her blanket to university. Yeah. And she has like plants in her room and it's all designed. And she was like using masking tape on the wall before she stuck the 3M thing. So she didn't have to pay the damage fee.
Oh,
Yeah. Cause if you marked up the paint, you have to pay $500. I was like, while she was doing it, I was like, honestly, P, like, if you look at what this costs, who gives a fuck about $500? But I appreciate you putting in the effort. Like, so, anyways, she seems really happy, and then she's gonna come back down here for they're doing their preseason down here, so they get to go on a 7-day road trip on the bus.
nice.
The Sioux newspaper wrote a nice article that mentioned her. So athletic goalkeeper. So, anyways, today was the first day I felt okay.
Nice.
Like it
I'd
took.
like to make it a little easier for you, but not that I would know, but I'm assuming you'll always miss her. But she's only at university. You
I know.
went, or I went, Mike went.
I didn't go.
Yeah, and I came
I
back.
stayed home.
So
Yeah, I didn't go away for university. I went to college.
if it makes you feel any better, I came back to a career of landscaping. So you could potentially do the same.
On that, our son, he's been working with us. I think I've talked about this before.
Yeah, Nate.
And and this morning I went down, and honestly, he's usually out of the house before me. He's very studious about getting to work on time. But today I came downstairs and everything was dark, and I was like, he's either gone or he's not awake. This is a hard call because I don't. I called downstairs. I'm like, Nate, are you up? He's like, oh. I'm like, oh, okay. Are you awake? Yeah. So I just was like, whatever. He'll be a little bit late, and we'll move on with our day, right? But he was Kelly texted me, Nate's coming. I said, yeah, I know he's up. But he was really upset about being late. Like he felt like he was letting us all down, and which is good. I mean, I think that shows a level of responsibility, and I think that means he's a really good kid, and he cares about his job, and he cares about what he's doing. And but I was like, bro, man, have you seen the shit that goes on here? You being 8 minutes late, it's like not even on my fucking radar.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of our clients today, and they said, this Spencer, Spencer said, "You bringing the bin tomorrow? Is Cody bringing the bin tomorrow?" I said, "Probably Cody." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get to site about 8:30 then." Okay, dude.
Great.
I had an amazing experience. We have this like super weird client. We've done so much work for him. I like last year we repossessed his bins. That's the guy. Like, he's super weird. I for some reason I like dealing with him because it's like you make so many business deals and they're just these like straight deals, right? Where you just this is the deal, it's on paper, everyone just does it, it's a deal, you follow through, and it's just like a business. This guy, nothing is a business transaction that's normal. Everything is bizarre and weird. And I think that I get attracted to it because I'm like, this is going to absorb too much of my time. I'm probably not going to make a lot of money, but it's just amusing. Like it's just fun. He called me and said, I need a bunch of loads of crushed concrete. I said, okay, whatever, man. So I don't remember the exact price, but I put it up $25 from what I actually needed because I knew he would try to take me down $25. And so the first thing he did was like, well, could you do it for this 20? And it was exactly $25 less. So I said, sure, man. Yeah, we can do it for that. And so we hauled 20 loads into the yard. And so he paid right away. He texted Kelly because Kelly has also communicated. I also think that I do a lot of business whenever he calls, I go and do business with him because I love I love watching Kelly collect money from this guy and the bizarre things she has to do. And it's like so he calls her, he's like, there's a check in my mailbox. So she drives over to his house to get the check. He's like, and this is a check for close to $10,000. And he's like, I maxed out what I could give you this check for. So it's short $100. I'll have to pay you next week.
What do you mean? How do you have a limit to what?
No, he didn't have any more money. He was $100 short.
Yikes. Well, that says something about him, though, if he's willing to pay all his money to you.
I feel like it's not all his money. I think he just likes to make everything I don't think it's all his money. He has a
Oh,
lot
you
of
think
money.
he still got some?
Oh, he's got a lot of money. Yeah, he's not hurting for money. I think he just likes to drag it out and
Ah,
make it. He's just a a funny guy he's like in his probably in his late 60s, smokes like chain smokes. He's maybe 5'2". He owns a ton of real just because our client also does work for him, Spencer. Just the back and forth about this whole situation and stuff with Spencer was worth doing the job probably for free.
hmm.
Um, it was just so much fun, me and him joking around about this guy's like selling weird. He's got a 2011 Ford F-150 regular cab, but it's got a wood box on the flatbed on the back, like a weird, and he's selling it for 4,000
That's right up
49
your alley.
Yeah.
4,900 bucks.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm gonna just trade what he owes me for this Ford with the wood box because you can get all the body work you need done at Home Depot. You can just get some plywood and anyways, I in dealing with him, I was like, man, I don't know why I choose to subject myself to some of this stuff, but
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's just trying to break up the monotony of we uh we did get a we got or one of our big clients called and said, "Hey, we have this shoreline job that we just picked up. Do you think you would have time to do it?" And we're supposed to be doing some pavers for them. And I said, "Well, we're supposed to do these pavers." And they said, "Well, we'll push the pavers back. We don't need you anyways. It'll give you the 3 or 4 weeks we need to do this shoreline gig." It's in Whitby, right down the lake. And I said, "Okay, cool, man." And we go to look at it, and this is like working in Lake Ontario. And I was like, I don't know if we're fully qualified for this, but I think we'll give her like I think we can do like I believe we can do it, and I think we can do a great job at it. It's work we are not like building cofferdams, and you got to put this chain out there that drags filter cloth down to cut the sediment, and a bunch of like cool stuff that we don't normally do. So I'm kind of really interested in the job to see how it goes, and it also extends our season 4 weeks because unless Chad needs us to do that sod, we're pretty much fucked soon. So
We were supposed to go up next week to do that, but the client isn't ready for us. The
Hmm.
hard the hard completion date of August 28th or whatever is not so hard anymore.
Oh, that's the school.
That's one of the schools, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's only hard whenever they're ready for you, not whenever you're ready to go.
Hmm.
So cancel all the hotels in Napanee. We won't be there on Monday.
we uh we did that 7,000 square feet of pavers. Well, Tyler from Hallscape and his guys did it with us, and like the the JC, who's not who we were working for, called and asked us to, I guess our client had said to them, just call them directly because there's a bunch of like 180 square feet of pavers that need to be lifted and relayed. And so we lifted them up. Well, Jay from Trillium came and helped us because like, this is the problem. Like, we have no work in a month, but people are calling us for all this stuff that has to happen now. If you took all the work we've done this year and spread it out over the whole year, I wouldn't have to find another job.
Yeah.
Like, we've already done more work than we need to fill the year, except that it all had to happen at the same time in June or July. Like, and then I'm confident some more stuff will close in the fall, but it's like, man, like if someone would just like we could have spread some of this out. Anyways, we lifted up the pavers got lifted up and they got put back down today. And I still don't understand why we did it. Like They look exactly the same. They were like, "Oh, the door sill's a huge trip hazard," and it wasn't like anything to do with how Tyler and the guys put the pavers down. It had nothing to do with that. It was something to do with them altering the door sill. But like, I'm looking at it going, I don't understand what you altered. Because even today, I went because they're like, we're all because we lifted them. They got lifted on Tuesday, and then they said Wednesday they needed to do whatever they were doing, and then Wednesday they said come back, and so I went or Thursday, so I went there today to just get the guys set up, make sure everything was rolling because it's a stupid ass GC site. And I'm like, I don't understand what they did here. I don't even see what happened here. Like, what was going on here? And then I noticed the whole place is named after honey. It's called the Honey Berry Center, the Honey and Berry Arena. But
Oh,
it's
for
the those people that got murdered, right?
yeah.
The
I,
Shermans,
About
Honey
that.
and Barry Sherman.
I
Yeah.
never heard of this.
Oh, this they were like insanely wealthy, owned a pharmaceutical company, and it's been on like all kinds of crime podcasts. And I can't believe you never heard of this, Mike.
Nope.
This was a big deal.
Yeah.
Chad knew.
Yep.
Mike was too.
But Chad listens to those murder podcasts. I don't.
I don't. I only when I'm traveling.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I don't make a habit of listening to Dateline during the week. You know?
During the work week.
During the work week, I don't listen to Dateline.
No. But when I'm traveling, that's a good way to burn an hour or two.
Mm.
Yeah. I would try it.
I tried to get Chad to listen to my podcast. He had nothing of it. He said, nope, Dateline.
What was your podcast?
The All In podcast.
Did you have to listen at it at 3 times speed?
It was tough for me to listen at 1 time speed with Chad. It was very slow.
It was not my favorite.
And then Tim Dillon, the comedian.
Oh, that one. Yeah, he was. I don't know. He just talks for an hour. That guy.
Yeah,
Like,
but he's awesome.
I couldn't fill up an hour. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's vastly different from what we're doing here.
No, it's just one person who just sits
Oh.
down and talks for an hour.
Monologue
Mm.
for an hour at a time.
There was some hot topics of conversation here. I posted a thing today about having Chad's Coke.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna post a rebuttal to that, but I got busy.
Mm. I don't know that I'm ever going to drink your Coke, your Diet Coke. I don't know that I want to now. It's been in my truck for like 4 weeks.
I've got a plan.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna
Well,
have, but I have a plan. So
Chad, it looks like you're coming up to that curve on that wall
yeah,
that starts.
we got a detail.
I can't even imagine you cutting that curve on that wall like four grandes deep. Is the base the same the whole way? That four?
No, it steps up as it curves. So that's gonna be fucking fantastic. You know. So the wall should be done other than the curve. I don't know, maybe they finished it today, all the straight part. But we got a detail. They're like, yes, cut 20 mils off each stone. I'm like, 20 mils so from 20 like a wedge, right? So cut from
Yeah.
20 mil to nothing. You fucking mental? Like we pre-cut these things months ago at like 8 inches off the back. Like we pied the shit out of them, right? Because we didn't know. And that's what we're gonna use.
Why were you
Oh, so
pre-cutting?
you already cut them.
I already cut a bunch of the big ones at the bottom.
Oh,
Because
gotcha.
it was one of those days where nothing was ready and we had absolutely nothing to do but anticipate this work coming up in what we thought was a week turned into be 3 months away, you know? So I said, just cut them into wedges. We're going to need them eventually.
Nice.
They took all the geogrid out of the wall.
Is that why there's so much? There's like the things are so thick.
Apparently. But
But you said they added a course and took the geogrid out, right?
yeah, so there's 4 different sizes of blocks on this wall, right?
Yeah.
425 or whatever is the cap. And then you have
375.
375, which is the smallest block, and you have
Yeah.
a 750, which is technically two 375s stuck together. Then you have an 11 something, which is 750 plus a 375, right? So you're back and forth between all the sizes and shit. And where are we going with this?
Oh yeah, they
You're
added a
cutting.
course
You
and took a geogrid out.
Oh yeah, so they said let's switch one of these 375s for a 750, and that
Oh,
will allow us to omit the geogrid on the whole job.
still doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, but I'm not the engineer.
Yeah.
And so they're like, they sent the detail on that. I asked the girl in the site trailer, I'm like, get 100% confirmation that the geogrid's coming out. Okay, she went and got it. She's like, okay, geogrid's coming out. I said, great. I'm not even backfilling this wall. I'm just building it up to the top. We'll backfill after then. Because the backfill is like a huge job. Like it's very time consuming. And the GC dumped all the 4-inch like 300 meters away. So it all has to be skid steered over. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Driving over 4-inch with a skid steer is just murder for the tracks.
yeah.
Wherever it got dumped,
Total destruction. Total destruction.
it's going back into a truck and you're dumping it in the right spot again. So that's that. And we're only supposed to backfill 3 feet of the wall, but somehow now we're backfilling 20 feet of the wall. Because how do you backfill just 3 feet of a wall and compact it as you go
Well,
up?
that should be an extra.
Well, but it's not. I agree with you, it should.
Is it not because you're like, are you supplying the gravel or are they supplying the gravel?
They're supplying the gravel.
You're just supplying the labor to backfill 20 feet?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't say shit about that either. If I had to buy the gravel, I'd say something about it.
If you had to buy the gravel, you'd be losing your shirt.
Well, that's what I'm
a
saying though.
lot of
Like
gravel.
if I wasn't if I had to buy the gravel, I'd probably say something. If I wasn't buying the gravel, then I'd probably be like, whatever. Okay, let's just get this
Yeah,
job done.
whatever if it's in the right spot. Not whatever if you have to cart it 300 meters away.
It's like 3 kilometers away.
No, 300 meters.
Isn't 100 meters a kilometer?
1,000.
1,000. Okay, that's what I know about the metric system. Thankfully, Jack's doing the estimating now. I would probably do the same thing you're doing. As much as I want to be like, I'd be there demanding an extra, I probably wouldn't be.
No, no.
If hypothetically that wall fails or like another one of your projects, how big of a headache is that dealing with the engineer and
I don't know. I've always wondered, right? Like, so technically I'm building the wall, but I didn't design the wall.
right?
Is there an
And
inspector there inspecting the wall? Like compaction testing, everything?
we had a hell of a time. They almost made us disassemble the wall so they could inspect it. But then the consultant was like, no, we need someone there. And then Permacon's like, no, you don't need anyone there. Someone else is going to sign off on it at the end. And it was this big fucking deal. We had to stop work for half a day. And
So we're building, like right now we're building walls. There's a lot of them and they're long, but they are not um they are not uh they're not tall like yours, and there's not as much structure.
okay.
There is a lot of this like elimination of geogrid, which I guess is the new thing. These doubles and triples, and you do two, whatever they are, 750s, and then you do a 375, then you do three 750s, then like it's all fucked up how they're building it. So I guess that's the new thing that people are trying to delete geogrid, I guess, is the new goal. Or maybe it's just a permacon goal. I don't know. But there's a and I'll tell you, these walls are not nearly the structure that you're building. Not even close. And there is an inspector there 24/7. From the time the guys start to the time they end, and they're testing 1 foot, like grid testing 1 by 1 squares across the compaction. And you're building that wall and no one's fucking looked at it? That's
Well,
wild.
they looked at photos of it. So yeah, that's good. Can we get the compaction test for it? Yeah, that's good. Okay, make sure we get a compaction test every 18 inches or whatever. So why does it even matter if you're at 100% compaction behind the wall? Like, does it matter? Really?
Well, it needs to be 98%.
Whatever. Whatever the percentage is, does it matter if you hit 100% compaction behind the wall? What strength does it add? It's independent of the wall. I
What's
could
behind?
understand if there was grid in there, that might make a little more sense, right? Because you want the grid to be level, pulled back, so it doesn't
Even the
settle.
stone you're using on that wall in the pictures doesn't look like clear stone.
It's not. It's 4 inch. It's B gravel. That's the
It looks like
spec.
just straight limestone.
B gravel, yeah.
Okay, like B gravel here is just sand with rocks.
Oh, B gravel here is limestone,
It's like
4 inch minus.
looks like 4 inch crusher run.
Yeah, 4 inch minus. B gravel here.
Okay, so that's B gravel where we are is sand and big rocks. That's
There's
why when
no.
you're putting it in there, I'm like, why are they using crusher run? That's like a totally impermeable, undrainable fucking
Yeah, and
product.
you're packing the piss out of it, right? So that there's even less permeability to it. But I'm not the engineer. It just
That's a
feels,
bizarre spec.
yeah. So I don't know whose fault it is if the wall fails.
How are you gonna overlap the joints on the curving wall?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? As you go
Yeah.
up layers, it's gonna lose, or you're
I'm
gonna
not
have to keep like
I'm not worried about losing the joints. I'm worried about losing the locking mechanism, the tits
yes,
as we call them, right? Because they don't necessarily line up as you curve. So
totally agree with you.
you lose 100% of the locking mechanism on this wall. You're relying on PL, which doesn't have full block to block contact. It's got ups and downs on the block. I really don't care. Do I think it's going to fail? Absolutely not. But I don't know. I just don't. My heart isn't in it. My heart is in the paycheck. I know the guys are doing it right, but I can't lose sleep over the engineering of this stuff.
The walls that we're building right now, I think the engineering is bizarre.
Hmm.
On a personal level, I think it's fucking crazy. And what's even more wild is there's from where the face of wall is, there's more than 4 feet. Like they could have put grid in, it's like there's a foot of in a normal wall construction, there's a foot of grid in the block, and
Hmm.
then 3 feet in a compacted surface.
Yep.
So the grid goes 4 feet from face. Like
Yeah.
there's more than enough room to do that where we're working.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the obsession is with no grid, other than I guess it's very advantageous for Permacon or any of these wall suppliers to um, push these. Sorry, I got like a million people texting me.
Yeah, yeah, to push the solution without a geogrid. But
Well,
geogrid's not
because they're selling
expensive.
more concrete. Like we're using to build these walls we're building right now,
Mhm.
we're probably using 3 times the concrete that we used to use when we did geogrid.
Yeah.
Like if you were building that wall that you're building with, even if because I built walls with 10 feet from face geogrid that would be big like that wall you're building, right?
Yeah.
And we had 10 8-foot sections, 10-foot sections from face. That I feel like that engineering would work where you are.
The thing I don't understand is that, so great, the wall's fat at the bottom, but it gets skinnier as you go up, right?
Well, the surcharge cuts down though, right?
Yeah, but if you're driving towards the top of the wall,
Yeah, but the surcharge pushes down.
down and back, not down and forward.
It pushes down. A surcharge like pushes on a curve down towards the bottom of the wall.
I don't buy it. I
I
think
don't
if
know.
you
You
were to
could
have a
look it up.
triaxle running along the edge of that wall, you're gonna blow the top three courses off the wall.
I don't disagree
It
with you. I'm
doesn't
just
care that there's 8 blocks buried underneath it. You have a locking mechanism and some glue that holds the top couple of courses of this wall together. It's not like it's rebarred down to the bottom of the wall. Do I care that much? No. But that's my thought on it.
if the wall fails and you got it inspected and you built it to the engineering, not your responsibility.
No. But I'm sure they have a lot more lawyers than I do.
What if that engineering firm goes out of business before it fails?
Well, the engineering firm has like 50-year insurance or something, right? And that insurance, like engineering insurance, covers anything they engineered.
Got it.
I think. Don't I feel like I've been involved in some kind of lawsuit at some time regarding this shit, and I'm pretty sure that if the engineering fails, it's covered.
That must be some wicked insurance policy.
No, I'm sure their lawyers get after the installer or something like that.
That's what I would think.
They
Oh
go
yeah.
after the company that made the wall. Like they're suing everyone else, right?
Yeah.
So their insurance might not have to be that good, but their lawyers could be good, and they could be the ones suing everyone else.
Well, I'm sure that insurance company tries to get out of it pretty
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah. But what do you do? Let's try not to get there.
Yeah.
My personal income taxes came back today.
Oh yeah.
So if you know anybody in the Ukraine or I don't know, wherever we're giving money to, LGBTQ in the Congo,
Yeah, oh yeah,
whatever.
for sure.
You need to make some donations.
I
No,
know
they
there's a
need
lot of money going over to help women start businesses in Gaza right now.
Yeah, I need a thank you card from them.
Oh, gotcha.
My God. On top of what I paid with my typical wages, they're taking another $34,000. So,
From your personal income tax?
yeah. On top of what I've already paid through the year, which is it's something like
Why are they doing that?
Why? Because apparently I didn't pay enough in taxes. So I mean, it'll be fine. We're not going tits up because of it, but that is a lot of money, man. It's a lot of
You know what
money.
the problem is with all these people that work for the government is that if they don't collect more money from you, then they can't get a raise.
True. Or they can't give the
Any of
money.
these people that work for the government, it's not about fairness, it's about them getting enough money to give themselves raises. The only way that the government can pay people more is to get more money from you.
And get more money from their own employees too, right? Like everybody, they get more money, but they're also getting taxed more. My dog's having a bad dream. Perfect. Hey.
Dog's dreaming about the tax bill that just came
Yeah,
in.
he's dreaming about the tax bill that we're about to pay. My God. So, but in good news, we did buy another cottage today.
Nice.
Oh, you did? Oh, nice.
Well, we had the right number and the bank accepted, but it's not ours yet. So the seller, which is the bank, accepted. We just need our mortgage to come through.
The Oppression
So
Summit is looking a lot better
we
for the
have
host.
that would mean we have 2 cottages on the water within a 10-second running distance from each other. So I'm going to be out of landscape. I'm going to start real estate. There must be a course somewhere for that.
Oh yeah. I'm sure you could blow 200 grand on people that'll tell you how to fucking manipulate real estate
Oh
that
yeah.
don't actually own any.
Yeah. Yeah. So my father-in-law's looking for a project and he's great at renovating stuff, so get him to do it.
How much bigger is this cottage than the first one you bought?
One room bigger.
Oh, nice.
So the other one's about 800 square. This one would maybe be 900, 1,000 square feet.
When do you start driving for the dock piles?
Oh, Jesus. No, I'm gonna wait. This one has a
Okay.
boathouse. That's
Oh, sweet.
like a big boathouse. Yeah. It looks like a shed. It looks like shit, but it would keep your boat dry.
Nice.
It also takes up half your water view. And it is right beside the owner of the brick retailer in town. So, who just put in a giant landscape and a pool and all this shit. So,
A pool at the lake,
a pool at the river, yeah.
at the river.
Sometimes
Wow.
you don't want to go in the river.
No.
Sometimes you want to go in the pool, apparently.
You're gonna put a pool in?
Uh, no. I might Airbnb this one for a while and then once it's paid down, knock the whole thing down and build like a gaudy giant black box or something like that of a house that just
Sick.
fucks up
It,
the whole landscape view for everyone around you.
Your neighbor's gonna hate you again.
Yeah, like one of those, like just it's just a big black box that obstructs the view, but inside and it's all like cold industrial inside. Like you have a robot that serves you breakfast and shit. That sort of that sort of house.
Nice.
We'll see. Oh, we got our well, we didn't get it, but we our skid steer is painted black, and we got to make the trade next week.
the trade.
Trade.
Yeah.
The trade is going down.
The ASV is sitting in a parking lot at a school, and we need it one more time, and then we're gonna send it away. So
Do you how much better do you anticipate the whacker to be than the ASV? Or is this just an exchange to make you feel better briefly? Get some serotonin in your, is that what happens when you make a purchase or something? You get some kind of like, what do they call it when you get your, anyways, do you think that this is just,
I'm hoping for more reliability for sure, right?
mm,
But
really?
you'll also remember that I scrubbed the machine of all the decals
Mm.
because I'm not sure that it's gonna be the ticket to saving us from all our problems. I'm willing to take the
So
chance, but
when I spoke to Tyler about them, because he, I guess, has run them or knows about them, he said there's no way to run them without doing up the seatbelt constantly. If you do it up behind you, it knows that it's done up behind you from all these sensors that are in it.
we're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna have to find a way.
How
We
much
were
time
gonna
do
get
you
like
spend?
a
How much time do you spend running it? What do you fuck do you care?
yeah, but it's not just about me, right? I don't want them to be inefficient on the site because they're fucking around with the seatbelt.
I think there's no way out of it.
I
I think you bought a seatbelt laden machine.
maybe I'm hoping that I can get one out of like
I
a
think painting it black didn't help the seatbelt situation.
I'm hoping I can get one out of like a used car or something like that. Just like the clicker, and then you click it in.
I think it has a sensor on the pull, so it knows how much length is pulled out.
Well, then I'll tie a knot in the top corner so that it's always. I don't know. I gotta try. We're gonna try.
I'm
We can't throw in
interested.
the towel
When do you receive this machine?
whenever I go pick it up in exchange for the ASV sometime next week. I made a deal. Noah called me yesterday. He owns Eastrock, the company that we bought it from. I said, if this machine wows me, I'll leave the decals on the next one. So What have I got to
These
lose?
people sold you a machine knowing that. No, I love that these people sold you a machine knowing that you were embarrassed that you bought it,
I was.
and you were deleting all the decals off it, saying, "Listen, man,
I told him. I said I don't want anyone to know that I bought a whacker yet. You can I hope it proves me wrong. He's a great guy. They've been great to me at that dealership. The only thing left to do is see how this thing runs.
If
It
there is
was
a next one,
fun.
will you let them put the decals back on the black one?
Yeah. No,
Wow.
no, we're not going to go back a step, but
no, I think it would be cool to put the black decals
Yeah.
on the black machine. I think that would look sick.
well, when you buy one, you can do what you want with it.
I'll never buy one.
Maybe
I
it's
I can't see any circumstance in my life where I wake up in the morning and say I'd rather buy a whacker for $110,000 than a Bobcat that do the same thing.
if you had the Bobcat dealer that I do in my city, you'd be looking
Potentially
very
fair,
hard at every single other option. They are
fair.
dog shit. So much dog shit that a Bobcat dealer from Peterborough reached out to try and fix my Bobcat problem. The Bobcat in Cornwall or Ottawa Valley is just so shitty that I don't want to do business there.
Whacker makes stand-ons,
Yeah, I know. Apparently they're a great stand-on too.
according to who the people at Whacker.
Nope. There's been independent tests done, and
Who is independently testing it?
there's a guy. He did a whole YouTube video and stuff. He put all the brands up against each other. He's from Ottawa, Capital Paving or something like that. He
Oh.
put the Kubota up against a Case and a Bobcat, and
There's a case stand-on?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It
I
looks
never
exactly like the Kubota, but it's yellow,
orange.
orange, yellow.
So maybe you should trade in those two Bobcats for a Whacker stand-on.
Potential.
Make them paint it black.
I would for sure. But
I would make them paint it black just because I would want the machine to be black. No.
yeah, yeah. I like that it looks cool black, you know. So
I noticed you were making a lot of Grib posts. So you trying to suck up to them?
no, we're done. Well, we're not done yet, but I figure I owe them at least. I've been slacking, but in all honesty, the tilt rotator's been great. So
I don't think you've been slacking. I think you never did anything.
okay, well that's the type of slacking, I guess, if I never did
Not
anything.
really, because you said, listen, I'm not really an influencer and I don't really know what you want me from. And they never laid out any clear plan for you.
Well, they said they want a couple posts and they wanted yeah, but yeah, there wasn't any specific guidelines. I wasn't handled, manipulated the whole way through, which I would have been fine with, you know, like,
I would have done it.
I would have happily done it.
Can you
Tell me
tell
what
them to maybe give me a tilt rotator for a year and I'll probably be more productive?
yeah.
Although honestly, I think I would struggle with it because I'm not near a lot of the stuff.
Well, that's part my problem too, right? Like the 8 ton, I'm not with it. We have only started using it last month. We didn't have work for it all spring. Just because we were doing small landscape jobs or the big jobs weren't ready or something, like it didn't shine. Like you can't take a video of the thing just digging. Any shovel can dig. That's what they're for, you know. You need to see
Yeah.
it spinning and loading blast rock and shit like that.
Yeah, that was a good video to show what it can do. You're
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that was a good video. I know which one you're talking about.
but just going out and digging a hole doesn't do it anymore. You know. I think Grib was late to the game. I think so, you know. But that doesn't mean they don't have a good product.
Well, could mean they have a better product. It took more time to develop it.
Yeah, it's just a rebranded SMP. So it's the North American rights the SMP, as far as I know. But
I did get an offer this week for one of those exoskeletons,
oh,
a deal like that.
and
I said I'm interested in hearing more, but I can't see myself actually using that.
Why? That Earth guy loves it. Or he loves getting paid by them. I don't know which is true. What's his Earth something?
Nick from Earthworks.
That's it. Nick from
Yeah.
yeah.
He said his older guys use them.
He loves that thing.
Would you guys wear one?
No.
I don't know how it would be climbing in and out of my truck all day.
Yeah. So no.
Can I install? Yeah. I try and avoid it.
Kelly and I were driving. I had to drop off the other Dodge at the Dodge dealer because there's only $2,000 worth of shit wrong with it to get the engine light to go off. But I'm happy someone's actively doing something about it. So, and someone texted me and I text them back, and then it came up and said red, like a read receipt. Like the read receipts come through.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the passenger seat. Kelly's driving, and I said, if you ever send me a text and a read receipt comes up, she said, I'll just shoot you that night because I'll know you've lost your mind.
Yeah.
She said, if I ever get a text, if I ever send you a text and I get a read receipt, I will know then that you're done as a person. Because I know you so well that you would never ever allow a read receipt to be on a fucking text message. She's like, I will just end your life because I know that you're past the point of no return. And
Your
I said,
unchecked diabetes will have done you in.
Yeah.
I said, thank you. Because if I ever allow read receipts on my text messages, I will know that my time on the planet is done.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like even currently right now, I have 121 unread, unreturned text messages.
Really?
Yeah.
I
I have so many unreturned or unanswered phone calls. It just says 52 plus. It doesn't even tell me how many.
That used to be my Tinder. I all these matches, and I didn't want to check them because this was 15 years, 10, 15 years, whatever, a long time ago. But I didn't want to check them because it would make the count go down. I like keeping the count high, but
Yeah.
I do feel the same way about your text messages. Feel important whenever they
No, I just
I
like whatever, man. I don't need I don't need to read your text messages. It says cool, bro. Sounds good. Thanks. I don't acknowledge that stuff. I don't have time. I don't like there's 121 disappointed people right now.